Hello, and welcome to the Management Channel. In this section, we're going to look at two leadership styles, the behavioral theory and the contingency theory. The behavioral approach emphasizes the behavior of the leader and focuses on what leaders do and how they act. It comprised of two basic kinds of behavior: task behavior, facilitating goal accomplishment, working to help group members achieve the goals, and relationship behavior, help subordinates feel comfortable with themselves, each other, and the situation they are faced with. Ohio State studies most commonly used leadership assessment instrument, attempted to identify number of times leaders engaged in specific behaviors. The results indicated two general types of leader behavior: initiating structure. Leaders provide structure of subordinates, organizing work, giving structure to the goal, defining role responsibility, and then scheduling work activity. Consideration. The leaders nurture subordinates. They build respect, trust, and liking, and camaraderie. The University of Michigan studies has specific emphasis on impact of leadership behavior on the performance of small groups. The results indicated two general types of leader behavior: employee orientation, strong human relations emphasis, and product orientation, stressing the technical aspects of a job. Blake and Mouton's managerial leadership grid joins concern for production and concern for people in a model that has two intersecting axes, depicting the concern for results versus the leader's concern for people. The authority compliance had heavy emphasis on task and job requirements with less emphasis on people. The country club management was a low concern for task accomplishment and a high concern for interpersonal relationships. Impoverished management, unconcerned with task or interpersonal relationships, uninvolved and withdrawn. Middle of the road management, compromisers, position as a balance between concern for people and getting the job done. And team management, strong emphasis on both task and interpersonal relationships with a high degree of participation and teamwork. Paternalism, maternalism, regard organizations as family, rewards loyalty and obedience while punishing noncompliance. Opportunism, adapts and shifts leadership style for personal advantage, placing self-interest ahead of other priorities. Leaders usually have a dominant grid style used in most situations and a backup style that is reverted to whenever they are under pressure. The focus on the behavioral style approach is primarily a framework for assessing leadership as behavior with the task and relationship consideration. In other words, the both. Behavioral approach marked a major shift in leadership research from exclusively trait-focused to include behaviors and actions of leaders. There's a broad range of studies on leadership styles, and it validates and gives credibility to the best tenets of the approach. At conceptual level, a leader's style is composed of two major types of behavior: task and relationship. The behavioral approach is one that leaders can learn a lot about themselves and how they come across to others by trying to see their behaviors in light of the task and relationship dimension. Research has not really adequately demonstrated how leader styles are associated with performance outcomes. There seems to be no universal style of leadership that can be effective in almost every situation, because every situation is different. It implies that the most effective leadership style is high style. In other words, high task, high relationship. Research finding support, though, is limited. In application, many leadership training and development programs are designed along the lines of the style approach. By assessing their own style, managers can determine how they are perceived by others and how they could change their behavior to become more effective. The behavioral style approach applies to nearly everything a leader does. Now let's look at the contingency theory, a leader match theory which tries to match leaders to appropriate situations. Effective leadership is contingent on matching a leader's style to the right setting based upon leadership styles and the situational variables. There is no one leadership style that is best, and the appropriate style depends on a multitude of factors, and thus we have the contingency style. There's no simple set of do's and don'ts a supervisor can implement to achieve high motivation and excellent performance. The effective leader provides direct instruction guidance, both support and encouragement, feedback and positive recognition, and I include praise, and enthusiastic help when it's needed. Fiedler was one of the theorists who developed the contingency theory, and he says that the leader-member relations, task structure, and position power are three primary factors to be considered to match the leader with the appropriate situation. In leader-member is the degree to which the leader feels accepted by followers. In the task structure is the degree to which the task and goals are clearly defined. And in the position power, the degree to which the manager has control over reward and punishment. The effectiveness of any leadership style, or the way the leader behaves towards followers, depends on the situation they're in. Fiedler's contingency theory states that in order to maximize work group performance, leaders must be matched to the situation that best fits their leadership style. Situational favorableness is the degree to which a particular situation either permits or prevents a leader the opportunity to influence the behavior of group members. The factors that determine the favorability of a situation are leader-member relationships, the task structure, and the position power. Leader-member relationships are the degree to which the followers respect, trust, and like their leader. The task structure is the degree to which the requirements of subordinate tasks are clearly specified. And the position power is the degree to which the leaders are able to hire, terminate, reward, and punish their workers. We're now going to look at the least preferred coworker. The LPC scale, leaders who score high on this scale are described as relationship motivated. Those who score low are identified as task motivated. The leadership styles are described as task motivated, low LPC, leaders primarily concerned with reaching a goal, or relationship motivated, which is a high LPC. Leaders are more concerned with developing close interpersonal relationships. Group atmosphere and degree of confidence, loyalty, and attraction of followers to the leader is important to leader-member relationships. Group atmosphere needs to be good. A high degree of subordinate trust, liking, and positive relationship. Poor would be little or no subordinate trust. There is friction existing within the group, and it's an unfriendly environment. Task structure is the degree to which requirements of a task are clearly stated and defined. High structure, requirements are clearly stated and understood. Path to accomplish has few alternatives. Task completion can be clearly demonstrated. Limited number, correct and feasible solutions exist. Position power designates the amount of authority a leader has to reward or punish subordinates. Strong power is the authority to hire, terminate, give raises in rank or pay. Weak power, the manager has no authority to hire or terminate or give raises in rank or pay. Three factors determine the favorableness of various situations in the organization. Most favorable, good leader-follower relationships, defined tasks, strong leader position power. Least favorable, poor leader-follower relationships, there are unstructured tasks, and a very weak leader position power. Moderately favorable, it would be middle of the road between most and least. So here we have a contingency model, and I'll let you take a few moments to absorb this. Please pause if needed. So with the contingency model, favorableness of the situation, very favorable, situations are going smoothly. Very unfavorable, situations are out of control. Moderately, situations with some degree of certainty, not completely in or out of leaders' control. Sometimes leaders are not quite as effective. Reasons for leader mismatch ineffectiveness are the LPC style they use doesn't match a particular situation, and thus stress and anxiety result. Under stress, the leader reverts to a less mature coping style, showing anger and frustration. The leader's less mature coping style results in poor decision making and thus negative work outcomes. By measuring the leader's LPC score in the 3 situational variables, it is possible to predict whether a leader will be effective with a particular setting. See the example below. The strengths of the contingency theory are there's an improved understanding of focus on a single, best type of leadership approach to emphasizing the importance of the leader's style and the demands created by various different situations. The strength also has the ability to help predict type of leadership most likely to be effective in a particular situation. The theory contends that all leaders should not expect to be effective, though in every situation you're going to make mistakes. It is helpful in developing leadership profiles for. It does have weaknesses, however. It fails to fully explain why leaders with one particular leadership style are more effective in some situations than other leaders with the same similar leadership styles. It's cumbersome to use in the real-world setting, and it fails to define what should be done about a leader or a situation mismatch in the workplace. We have covered the behavioral and the contingency theories here. Hope you will continue to learn more of the leadership styles. Thank you and have a great day.